Tonight, Federal High Court bars INEC from acknowledging Governor Obasiki's ad hoc delegates. Federal government beefs up border surveillance to check spread of monkeypox. Plus, a biovirus looted artifact campaign gets additional support. Good evening and welcome to NTA Benin Main News. I am Auli Okolo. The Federal Account Allocation Committee (FAC) has shared a total sum of 636.602 billion naira April 2022 Federation account revenue to the federal government, states and local government councils. This was contained in a communique issued at the end of the virtual meeting of the Federation Account Allocation Committee for May 2022. A statement by Henshaw Ogubike, Director, Information, Press and Public Relations Office of the Federation, showed that the total distributable revenue comprised statutory revenue of 461.189 billion naira, the sum of 8.891 billion naira being excess bank charges recovered and augmentation of 20 billion naira. According to the communique, petroleum profit tax and excise duties increased marginally, while oil and gas royalties, import duty, companies' income tax and value-added tax all recorded significant decrease in the month of April 2022. The balance in the excess crude account was $35.377 million. A federal high court sitting in Abuja barred the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from recognizing or accepting ad hoc delegates produced by the Governor Gordon Obasiki's faction of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for Edo State. The court declared the ad hoc delegates produced by Dan Obi's faction of the party as authentic and must be recognized and acceptable, delivering judgment in a suit instituted by 581 delegates elected on April 30th. Justice Inyang Ekwo held that PDP and other defendants in the suit are bound by Section 84, subsection 5 of the Electoral Act 2022, as well as Section 15 of the PDP Constitution relating to delegates' elections. The plaintiffs in their suit, argued by John Musa San, has asked the court to determine whether PDP, in view of Section 84 of the Electoral Act 2022 and Section 15 of the PDP Constitution, can jettison their election monitored by INEC for another one conducted in violation of the provisions of the relevant laws. Justice Ekwo, after scrutinizing the documentary evidence, including the report of INEC on its monitoring on the April 30th delegates election, agreed with the plaintiffs that they were widely and legally elected as authentic ad hoc delegates for Edo State chapter of the PDP. The court held that the role of INEC in primary election congress and convention monitors is statutory and constitutional and must therefore be strictly adhered to. Justice Ekwo therefore issued an order of injunction and order of perpetual injunction against first to fourth defendants, restraining them from tampering with the plaintiffs' list, having been duly elected in Congress of the party, and conducting another Congress. Justice Ekwo also issued a mandatory order of injunction against INEC, stopping it from recognizing or accepting a contrary delegate list. Edo law firm, acting on behalf of their client, Honorable Eric Edoba Ubanwe, has approached the Federal High Court Benin to wit that Billy Osawaru, who is desirous of representing Orionwo and Uwode Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, is not a bona fide member of the party, as he is a member of the People's Democratic Party. According to the appellant, Osawaru was one of those that contested the primaries for the House of Representatives seat on the platform of PDP in 2018-2019. And having lost the first defendant, left Nigeria for the United States of America, where he lives. The petitioner said the first defendant is now claiming to be a member of the All Progressives Congress and seeking nomination to contest the primary election for the Orionwonwode Federal Constituency of Edo State under the platform of APC. Also, the petitioner stated that one portion of the registration of new members in the APC requires thumbprinting, which Osararu would not have done since he was outside the shores of the country. Going forward, the petitioner advised that Osararu to desist from what he describes as illegality. The United States of America has added its voice to the campaign for the return of looted artifacts, even as negotiations are ongoing with the Oba of Benin to ensure that the artifacts and monuments in museums across USA are returned. Ivie Oyakiri reports that representatives of the United States of America's government and Smithsonian Institution were at the Palace of the Oba to discuss further on the matter.
The American envoy to Nigeria is coming at a time when the monarch already has plans for a world-class museum. The Oba's vision is compatible with the message the American ambassador brought to him, as Her Excellency Mary Beth Leonard has assured him of the country's willingness to return the artifacts in their custody to their original home.
We have set up a vehicle to handle the return of the artifacts, the accommodation of the artifacts, known as Benin Royal Museum. We have actually incorporated it, set it up, and working on it to get it very active by the time the artifacts start returning. To be sited in front of the palace, not inside the walls of the palace, but outside the walls of the palace, where it can be accessible by all.
The meeting was not restricted to the artifacts. It also dwelt on other strategic issues like killings in Nigeria, diseases, production of vaccines for HIV and COVID-19, as well as its treatment and extension of its coverage to 70% of the country's population.
It will support efforts to identify, intercept, repatriate, and protect cultural property and related heritage. The agreement enables the United States to impose import restrictions on certain categories of Nigerian archaeological and ethnological material. It also establishes a process for the return of trafficked cultural objects, which will reduce the incentive to loot sites in Nigeria. The state is also lagging on COVID-19 vaccination coverage. USAID, through its implementing partners, is working to address these gaps.
The Oba of Benin had a take-home message for the team. He wants the United States legislators to enact laws to adequately address the recurrent issues of racism in their country. In Benin, Ivie Oyakiri, NTA News.
The people of Uzebu community in Orado local government area of Edo State are appealing to the Oba of Benin, His Majesty Obaira II, to intervene by calling to order one Mr. Babatunde Remi from a better community who is allegedly causing unrest in Uzebu community by parading himself as the Ojonwe of Uzebu community against the wish of the people. Ifoma Okafo has details.
The acting Odiowe of Uzebu community, Pa Alfred Omo Ogiefo, who spoke in Benin language, says that Babatunde Remi, that is parading himself as the Odiowe, is doing so to his own peril, as it is not his traditional right to ascend to the position. According to Pa Ogiefo, Babatunde Remi is not initiated in the Ogwedion of Ehiekpe, which traditionally produces the Odionwe of Uzebu community. He also clarified that when the late Odionwe, Pa Sunday Ebalokba, was alive, he had 4 ruling council members, of which Tunde Remi was not among the council members. Therefore, he is not qualified to be the Odionwe of Uzebu, and parading himself as such means going against the law of the land.
Yana do plan, yana do attack Uzebu. Kunda ya en wodo we no roni opa ore wane. Yana do attack Joseph ye yare. Yana ya bogo to, yana bogo wa, yana bogo moto, yana we mi ya fefe. I am we ya we mi ya fefe na nya o na ne. Uzebu yana mo pe pa, yana a police station yana ya report we mi nya mi o.
ọjọ́ wo ẹ ti hàn díẹ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́dì ọ̀rẹ́ hàgbọ̀n wọ́n ló fi ẹ̀ máa tọ̀ wá àná ló fi ẹ̀ máa yẹ àwùkù rẹ̀ bá then ọjọ́ wo ọ̀rẹ́ hàgbọ̀n ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ti rẹ̀ àrí ọ̀gbẹ́dì ọ̀rọ̀ wọn àbẹ̀ ọ̀yìntàn ọ̀rẹ́ náà fi ẹ̀ máa tọ̀ wá ọ̀ náà fi ẹ̀ máa yẹ àwùkù rẹ̀ dáadọ́ rẹ̀ ọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀.
The very day we left Oba's palace, they came to some of our houses and be attacking us, shooting guns. All of us fled away from our various houses. So we are using this press briefing now to let the world know what Babatunde Raimi, Frank Ayore, and Osakpamanu Moles is constituting to us in this community. And we appeal to our great Oba Ewari to please come to our aid.
Some of the youths of Uzebu community also alleged mistreatment by Babatunde Remi.
Don't really have problem. It was when he came to our community, came with armed thugs and some policemen to come and destroy houses, and we shot one Mr. Sazua. So ever since, that was when the problem started.
After my life, on the 13th of April, I was almost killed. This is a picture. Yes. They attacked me around 10 o'clock in the midnight. If not for God that saved my life, I would have been dead by now.
The people are optimistic that Obaewa's intervention will bring a lasting peace to the Uzebu community crisis. In Benin, Ifeoma Ukafo, NTA News.
The federal government is keeping surveillance across all her borders against any possible outbreak of monkeypox. This is coming as cases were recorded in neighboring countries. Musa Aliyu has the details.
Recent epidemiological investigation linked the outbreak of monkeypox to cross-border travels.
In Nigeria, officially, we have not detected any.
With the outbreak of the virus in neighboring countries, Nigeria is intensifying surveillance at all her entry points. The surveillance will also cut across animal population at the point of entry as well as at the wet market. Minister of Agriculture Mohammed Mahmoud Abubakar speaks further on measures against the zoonotic disease.
The general public is hereby advised to avoid contact with animals that could harbor the virus, including animals that are sick or found dead where monkeypox occurs. Avoid contact with any material such as bedding that has been in contact with a sick animal.
The government assured the general public and the international community of her resolve to continue to collaborate with relevant sectors and stakeholders in prompt containment of the disease in the event of an outbreak in the country. Musa Aliyu, NTA News.
You can watch the news live on our YouTube channel, NTA Benin, and reach out to us in the newsroom on any breaking news and happenings in Edo State via the number 091-5355-9648. You can also reach us on WhatsApp via the same number. It's time for a break now. Please stay tuned. We'll have more reports right after.
Next time you visit the ancient city of Benin, two things will excite you: the warmth and welcome of its people, and of course, the class and style of its hospitality business. Randeki Gold, home of hospitality like no other, located in one of the most serene environments in the ancient city, truly classy and exquisite with world-class facilities, fully equipped digital multipurpose hall with life-size, ultra-high definition LED screen, 180 square meters king-size swimming pool with bubble bath, enough to leave you breathless. The exotic Ariel's Bistro and Grill restaurant with variety of continental dishes, especially some of the rarest delicacies you can find in town. Fact is, a visit will truly convince you that we are gold. Randeki Gold is the gold wing of the prestigious Randeki Royal Hotel at 6 Uhenoyi Street off Ihama and Boundary Roads, GRA Benin City. www.randekihotels.com. Randeki Gold, our hospitality is gold.
Now available in Benin City. Yes, right here in Benin City.
What?
You don't have to travel anywhere.
Come on, let it out. talk now.
Juba Eli and Perkins Mechanical Generator Showroom just opened in Benin.
For real?
It's right here with us. Brand new, authentic, reliable, quality Perkins and Mechanical generators from 15 kVA to 2000 kVA at Uye Technical Limited. Juba Eli and Perkins Mechanical Showroom, 83 Mission Road, Benin City.
Big generators, we know they make noise. Where the power industries, hotel, big offices, churches, mosques, big houses, and other plenty places.
You got it. Different sizes and capacity at the most affordable price to suit your specific needs. With after-sale services without the stress of traveling anywhere. Perkins and Meccano unbeatable range of power generators now available at Uye Technical Limited, Jobaeli and Perkins Meccano Showroom, 83 Mission Road, Benin City.
The D-Day is finally here. Join us for the grand finale of NTA Benin's second virtual paper presentation, which will feature 5 shortlisted participants in each category of A and B. Watch the presentation live on NTA Benin channel on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Date, Friday, 27th May 2022. Time, 11 a.m. prompt. You sure don't want to miss this. NTA Benin virtual paper presentation is proudly sponsored by
Amio Sabotus,
Dr. Nicholas Felix, Honorable Barrister Lucy Omagbon, Phil Hallmark, Infinity Logistics and Electrical Stores, Mr. Eric Sino Osawaru, GT Foods, Star Times, Ivan Table Water, Gracious Bakers.
You're welcome back. Winners have emerged from the second edition of the NTA Benin virtual paper presentation aimed at encouraging positive use of the internet and social media among children and youths. During the virtual event to commemorate this year's Children's Day, the Zonal Director, NTA Benin Network Center, Pauline Ibano, stated that the paper presentation is one of the programs created by NTA Benin to impact positively on children and youths. Jude Abugu has details.
The 2022 edition of the virtual paper presentation, which focused on gender equality and its role in economic development and effect of cartoons on the intellectual development of children, had panelists and participants joining from different parts of the country and from the diaspora. Setting the tone for the discussion, the zonal director, who joined from her office, informed participants that out of 60 entries, 10 finalists emerged through a rigorous selection process.
It is designed by NTA to channel the energies of our children in the use of internet and social media in a positive way, so that they can see the internet and the social media as a tool for learning and research, and avoid the negativity that is so common with the social media and the internet.
Moderated by Manager Programs Nsan Yakubu, 5 finalists in the senior category opened the floor as they made cases for gender equality.
Gender equality plays a huge role in economic development because it has a strong positive impact.
Gender equality can only be achieved when both male and female individuals are treated similarly. But discrimination is a social menace that creates division. It stops us from being united towards tackling our collective problems.
4 finalists that tested their speaking skills in the junior category dwelled on the topic, effect of cartoon and intellectual development of children.
When they watch action cartoons, children tend to imitate these behaviors and think that they're okay because of the way it is portrayed in the cartoons.
Some cartoons can teach basic things to the children in a fun and interactive way, thus making learning an enjoyable activity.
At the end of the keenly contested presentations, the judges gave their verdicts.
In the first position, we have Natasha Adelowo with a total score of 246, an average score of, and percentage score of 82. That's the first position. So the senior category winner is Natasha Adelowo. The first position goes to Osazele Omo with a total score of 233. 233 and percentage score of 77.7. So in the junior category, Osazele Omo is the winner.
The runner-ups are Dora Isibo and Emmanuel Osaradu for the junior category, while Chidera Ibono and Tracy Osasuge are the runner-ups in the senior category. There were keynote presentations by some resource persons. In Benin, Jude Abugu.
Media literacy has been described as a means of developing kind-heartedness and critical listening, a deepening of reasoning with the heart. This is why the Catholic Media Practitioners Association of Nigeria, Campan, Archdiocese of Benin City, is using the medium to reach out to all by appealing for media publicity with the Nigerian Television Authority and intimating its management of the activities of the Social Communication Week. Ivie Oyahiri reports on their visit to NTA.
The first act of charity is listening. With the increasing uncertainty in the world, having more people listening to the needs of others, this group believes is a quick way to heal the world. To ensure this message gets to all, the Catholic Communication Week will dwell on the importance of listening. Hence, the theme is Listen to the Ear of the Heart. The General Director, Pauline Ibano, who received the Catholic team, is aligning with the theme already, as she says Catholic Media Week emphasizes on the essence of life. She's advocating all to make it a date with Catholic media workers to attend the lecture and other programs regardless of religious denomination.
I always find the lectures for World Communication Day very interesting. By the time the Reverend Father breaks down the message, I think it will also help us in discharging our responsibility, our duty as media persons, as people who are supposed to communicate government policies. These are messages of the Pope worldwide, all media organizations. They take the message of the Pope very seriously.
The Social Communication Week of Campan begins on the 27th of May 2022 with a lecture at the NUJ Hall and ends with a Thanksgiving at St. Francis Catholic Church, College Road, Ofekewan Road, Benin City on Sunday at 9 a.m. Let's hear from the chairperson, Rosemary Okoduwa, for the outline of event to mark the week.
Tomorrow is the opening with that lecture. On Saturday, we'll be visiting the Old Priest Home and Catholic Home for the Elderly. Then on Sunday is the grand finale. We'll be having our Thanksgiving and blessing of tools at St. Francis Catholic Church.
This is the 56th edition of World Social Communications Week. In Benin, Ivie Oyahiri, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Benin Main News at 7. It's time for another break. Please stay.
This life I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. Allow me to flex.
Hello there. Welcome to the newest lounge in the ancient city of Benin, Hyperion Lounge, a lounge with good food, music, drinks, karaoke, networking, exclusive for VVIP, and a relaxed environment to meet the right people. Hyperion Lounge is situated at rooftop floor, which has a panoramic view of the city. Visit us at 76 Akpakava Central Hotel, Efedosa Signature, opposite First Bank, Benin City. For seat reservation, call 091-5111-1123. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Hyperion Central. Email info.hyperioncentral@gmail.com. All COVID-19 guidelines is strictly adhered. Hyperion Lounge, exclusivity redefined.
Oh yes, Ameosa Motors. We don't turn that for we new branch for number 128 Saple Road by Ajib Junction for Benin City. Not be only that one, oh, we don't upwekerize the price for Niger Delta roads. We need to worry by NRA Junction 500. We need to Abraka 700. We need to Ugeli 1000. We need to Bayasa 1500. We still the load from Benin to Port Harcourt. Worry to Auchi, worry to Ekboma. We need to Ekun, Obiaruko, Kwale, Umutu, even Ekpoma to Port Harcourt City. For Ameosa Motors, safety of all our passengers na it be number one. That's now why we dey make sure say we use new motors and qualified drivers. Make you visit any of our branch around you to enjoy the operationalization of Ameosa Motors. Ameosa Motors, king of the road.
Oh, guy, abeg make I run use your phone, jare.
Guy, where did you do your glow line now?
Baba, calm down now. No be this NIN wahala dey give me stress. They don't even block my line.
But na glow NIN link a simple pass now. Yes, simple. Just dial star 109 hash. Tell where to do. See, give my phone.
What if I no get NIN before?
Simple. Just go any glow word now. Once you go get your NIN, yes.
Guy, I get plenty guys wey don link their NIN until now their phone still dey block.
Tell them when they go any glow word now. Once they go block their line. Yes, now.
No wahala, make I use your own phone for now. I go start my own later.
Guy, talk plenty talk. You know, say when I link my line, glow dash me plenty bonus. Yes, now. And when you link your own line, glow fit dash you up to 20,000 naira bonus.
20,000?
Yes, so 20,000 naira bonus.
Yo, fam, take your phone. Remove. Yeah, I dey go link my NIN.
This bonus now for both new and existing customers, so.
Welcome back. Now, Ascension Day is the 40th day of Easter, and it is observed globally to commemorate the ascension of Jesus Christ into heaven. Paul Omukago examines the significance of the day, particularly amongst Catholics.
We all come to the maturity of faith in the fullness of the risen Christ.
The ascension of Jesus Christ that is being celebrated is a reminder and a wake-up call to Christians to obey as well as follow God's instructions. Parish priest of St. Paul's Catholic Church, Benin, while delivering a sermon on the significance of Ascension Day, urged Catholic faithful to remain focused and disciplined in the service of God and humanity.
The ascension of Christ, among many other things, points to the fact that this earthly life is not our final destination, and that the Lord wants us to live in this world with that consciousness that just like He ascended to the place, and that where He has gone, that is where His disciples should aspire to get to.
Some parishioners speak on the lessons learned and importance of the day.
The day Jesus Christ, after 40 days, ascended into heaven, and then make a prophetic statement to his disciples that they should expect the outpouring of the Holy Spirit.
Christ had to go back to heaven to be able to send us the Holy Spirit to perfect all that He had taught us on earth.
The lesson is that He has come into the world as the scriptures tell us. He lived, for our sake He suffered, He endured so much for our sake, unto the point He was crucified on the cross, and He died for our sins. And as He promised, He rose again from the dead.
For us, it's a remarkable day, and it's a pleasure to be alive to witness this day and to also mark it. And so we want to thank God for His grace.
Ascension Day is usually on a Thursday, 40 days after Easter celebration. In Benin, Paul Omukago, NTA News.
And that concludes this news bulletin. Thank you for watching. Good night.